Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's a little bit of a different intro, mainly because the original intro I cut for this car, the car's done. But the original intro I cut, I guess I cut it and it was raining or something, and it sounded horrible. So I'm gonna take the time to reintroduce you to this 1971 Super Beetle. It's in here for a clutch job and to get running more gooder. And both those two, if you watch this video, have been accomplished. But also I'd like to take this time, seeing how I'm recording this, well, after the fact of this car getting done, which is something I never do. So, you know, I know all the developments that have happened. But I'm also taking time to say hello, Train, and thank you for helping me crest 500 subscribers. Never really did this to, you know, really gain subscribers, but I mean, I am more or less impressed that there are people out there willing to watch. I guess next milestone would be, you know, the 1,000 to get monetized, if you will. So if you are watching this, share this with your friends. Let me annoy them. You know, plaster it along the internet. I try to put out decent content anyway. I mean, yes, there's a lot of rambling, and I mean, I'm less instructional than anything else. But you see the struggles and the, you know, the stuff you'll run into if you do decide to work on these Volkswagens. But anyway, stay tuned, watch this video. I honestly haven't even edited it yet, so I don't even know how it's turning out. Your guess is as good as mine, but like I said, thank you all for, you know, sticking with me and subscribing and, you know, the comments, the likes, the shares, so on and so forth. But stay tuned, this video hopefully should come out decently. Probably not. Developments have happened to you 500 I actually watch. Car's up, obviously, because it's here. One thing that is definitely going away, this is electronic fuel pump and filter. Mechanical pump doesn't work, so we'll put a new one of them in. That's one of the big issues I said right off the bat when I saw this car. The butthole puckered. But anywho's, let's start getting this thing out. First thing I normally do on most of these engines when I'm doing this, come here. Whew, lots of rust. But anyway, first thing I normally do, what is that now? Go away. Is get rid of this tin and pull the forward exhaust. Just makes room easier to, why do I have fat things on my roof again? Ugh, it's like a bad night in college. Anywho, I'm hoping these cooperate, because these pan heads, if you ever taken an engine that sat for a while, you know how much not fun these things are to get off. It doesn't look like this thing's been out anytime soon. Don't know what level of frustration I'm going to get to before I take that thing off, because I keep bumping my head. Seriously, not part of the process, but it does not help the old brain cells to stay in check. Also, surprisingly, this thing's coming apart easy, as I say. This is my last screw over here. Good thing I didn't jinx myself, but this thing should be able to come off. Heat risers, covers. You just gonna jiggle wiggle out now, please? Yes, you are. All right, now I have plenty of room. Actually, I might not even pull this exhaust just due to the fact that it's not modified and the chassis looks straight. So it should, you know, come out. I'll take the pea shooters off. If you didn't know, muffler tips, pea shooters. I'll pull those things off. I really don't want to disturb this muffler, to be honest with you. It looks scary. I can also tell you it's been off before, just because it has the wrong nuts on it. So, I mean, that's fine. These intake gaskets look like poop. They're cracked. But we're not here for that right now. What we are here for is to get this engine out. So, let me keep disconnecting stuff. Ugh, nose itch. Anyway, pans off. Let's get this, whatever this is, out of here. I don't need those. Fuel loop. I can leave it, but why? It's going away anyway, and I'm here. Get that out in there. Ground. Boink. That's fine. Yeah, let's just leak all over. It'll be okay. How did you run this? All right, there's the original fuel line. Just want to get this thing out of my way. Where's the plug? And plug this temporarily so I don't completely douche gas all over the place. What are you wrapping? Yeah, not ideal. Kind of matches the other setup I have on the floor that I ripped off of actually this car that's still here. So the revival on that one, same concept. Wasn't joking. Still have it sitting on the floor. All right, now that this is looking more Volkswagen-y, start getting this stuff ripped apart. Pew, pew. Ground. Stop. You can tell these wires have memory. It's because they remember where they were. I do like wires with memory, especially when they're been modified. Not saying these have, but if the colors aren't right, like, you know, you just extended a red wire with a black wire, if it's been there long enough, it should remind you, or it should remember where it went. Ground screws. Let me pull that battery. All right. 8. Ba-ba-da-ba-do. Get these charging terminals off. And we could swing this harness out of the way. The thing is, it looks like it charges. And I only say that because the light goes off. Whether it does or it doesn't, I don't know. It is a mystery wrapped up in a quandary of an enigma. Yes, ooh, that's a good one. Nice. All right, those are off. Where does that go? That's reverse lights, I think. I don't know. But you can't stay here, buddy. Of course you're clipped that way. Clink. You come off. Oh, coil. There. Come off. Just go you. Okay, we'll just put that there. Get this wire out of the way. Get the fuse. Fuse with the rest of the stuff. Man, that is poor condition. Screwdriver. Yeah, it doesn't even look like these. Doesn't look like this engine's ever been out. Or it's been out so long ago that there's really no more witness marks of, you know, it witnessing anything. Yep, unpack that salad. Oh, let's not lose that guy. All right, random hose, that doesn't need to be there. Oh, that's for the evap system. All right, that hose. That's discoed. That's discoed. Boink. That out of the way. What do we got? Power. All right, good news for me. Car's in the air, obviously. Good news for me, the engine has been out before, and there's a very particular way you can tell. Normally, on if engines have been out before. The bolt that is, I don't know if I'll be able to see it, that is supposed to go, I don't know if that'll focus, behind this clutch arm. Can I get a light on it? Yeah. Right up in that area. Well, it's missing. Goes right there. So, if you didn't know, show you in a blank block. It would be in that hole in this side of the engine. So yeah, engine's been out before. Most likely to do a clutch, I'm sort of assuming. Well, I just goofed and goofed. You know how I brag about these pass-through sockets? I did a rookie mistake, and yeah. Oh, for good luck, never mind. It's not stuck, it was stuck. Couldn't get the damn thing off, I grabbed another one. Okay, never mind, crisis averted. It wasn't a crisis, I mean. Anywho, pass-through sockets, use them to get this off, or I use them to get these two bolts off just because it lets me ratchet and hold versus a wrench. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. But anyway, just these two bolts and we'll drag this thing out. I can't. Why did that stick? I've never had that happen. That's what she said. That's what he said. I don't know. I'm rambling. It's getting late tonight. I don't know. I've only been doing this for, I don't even know how long this has been taking. It's going surprisingly easy. Probably an hour. Put these in a place I'll lose them. All right, like I said, I showed you guys that top bolt's missing already. Heat's disconnected, fuel's disconnected. Cable's good. Yeah, let's pull this thing. Or attempt to. Like I said, I'm really not trying to pull this exhaust. Again, you don't have to do it, but I do just for clearance purposes. This exhaust is now going to be in the way. Crap. maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out together. No, it's not. Yeah, but I didn't miss that block. Scooch this over just a little bit. Almost out. Give it a bump. Going well. What do you want? What the hell are you hung on? Clear back there. Out there. What? Oh, distributor. Cleared. Double check I didn't miss nothing. No. Fuel line, that wouldn't do anything but get that out of the way. Your cable. All right, we're clear. Get it out of the way. Boom. Sweep a little bit. You know, cleanliness is next to, you know, rolling casters on the floor. It's like lift up a car. Just can't roll over a pebble or a zip tie or anything else. I need Puma tires. Oh, that was cracking. I'll show you in a second. What was that? Oh. Man, this stuff's so brittle. This was the rubber. All right, one engine. Whew, old school clutch. All right, clutch. Whew, haven't seen one of these in a while, not even gonna lie. It is original and it is going to be a wall hanger. Man, I haven't seen one with a VW logo on it in a while. All right, let me get some Uggs and Dugs and blow this thing off. Put that there. Oh yeah. I don't know if you saw the crap that just fell out of this thing. That is rusty too, but I say it's stuck. There's hardly any material left on this thing, man. Yeah, you see in there, maybe. Get a better light. Can you guys see? Still has the VW logo. Yeah. Wow. I don't think my compressor's on, but I hope it is. Nice. Blow that off. Let's hope you cooperate. I know you've been on here for a while. Oh yeah, you're coming. Oh yeah, one hell of a rear main leak. Splatters. And you probably can see, but I'll bring in this. This is the reason I always replace rear mains, whether the customer likes it or not. I mean, it's really not that much money because I'm in here anyway. But this is the reason I replace rear mains when I'm doing clutches, because I'm in here. And, well, they probably are leaking. So, let me get this thing out. I think I have a new one. I do. Had to switch screwdrivers. Got a more stoutier one. The other one just had too much flex. All right, that's out. Oh, shit. Don't lose that. Definitely do not lose that. Wipe it off. You don't want to lose your shims, guys. That'd be bad. And play is real. All right. New one. Let me get some. I packed with a little grease in here. All right, new seal. I put grease on the thing just so that it doesn't go in dry. Let me clean that. Clean the oil out of this thing, and then we'll slam in the new one. And just tap her in. So tomorrow, because piss poor planning on my end, we'll get that in. But yeah, you probably definitely won't see it. Still got the VW logo on the seal. That's original too. That's for me prying on it. But she is dry rotted like crazy. So happy we're doing this. All right. Yes, stay tuned to the next scene, which will be, next for you and tomorrow for me after I get this flywheel all resurfaced. And then we can shove this thing back in the car. Hopefully get a clutch. I am impressed. I haven't seen one that bad and stuck in a while. Stuff still surprises me, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, I'll be back. Hi, best YouTuber ever again. I effed up. Clutch is on, obviously. Beep, boops, that's in. I've shown clutches before. Basically, the removal or the installation is the same as the removal. Or the install, uninstall, whatever. You can figure, excuse me. You can figure it out. Apparently, the slow motion button's right in front of my record button on this camera. Didn't know that. So I got the video. Again, no audio because, I'm moving in like 5 times slow motion. So that was awesome. Happy I caught it now and not recorded the rest of this video. What we are doing now is going to be replacing the intakes gaskets here and these guys. You really didn't miss much. I'm happy I caught it the way I did, or when I did. Otherwise, I would have been really mad. And, well, developments really would have happened. So, also we're changing the fuel pump, hence why that's off. But all this is loose now. I got these guys out, need to torch them just to break them loose. But hopefully, this thing's just gonna now cooperate to where I can jiggle wiggle them out. There's one. And I'll show you what, man, the lacquer is real on this, man. I'll show you why on this. You can see they're just, focus more gooder. Focus in this area. There. You see all the cracking? It comes all the way through to the inside. I doubt you'll see that. But yeah, it's had a big vacuum leak, hence the runnability issue. So we're going to change these guys out, along with the base gaskets. But you have to loosen absolutely frickin' everything. Yes, I said frickin', to get this thing out. Dumb fuel line. So pretty much anything connected to the intake you have to get loose. I'm hoping I don't got to pull this fan shroud out or up. Nope. There we go. Dual ports, heck of a lot easier than single ports. And you can tell you can see in there, it hasn't been running nice in a while. I got my flashlight. It's been rich, engine backfires, so on and so forth. So let's get some new parts on. It's part of another game. I don't know. All right, you come off. Oh yeah, I'll show you what they look like under these gaskets. I think they're original, or at least I don't know. I smell everything. Makes me happy. Screwdriver. I'm gonna need to do another memory card change on that one. Jeez, come on. Whew. Man, this thing sat for a few days. The intakes are still violently fuely. And I didn't touch the carb. I don't know if you can see in there the puddle of fuel. Yeah, they're still violently wet. So I'm wondering if that fuel pump has been blowing through the float, or if it's just the violent amount of throttle you have to give this thing to start. But really, I let it idle for a bit. It should have cleared up some, or it should have sucked that out. But yeah, let's get these guys out. Put some new ones in. I do this every time. Boot. Boot. All right, I got 2 minutes left on that memory card apparently. Let me swap out the memory cards and I'll be right back to you. And we'll get it all buttoned up. I'll be back. All right, guys. Clean up the mounting surfaces, gonna throw new gaskets on. This thing. Boop. And what the heck was that? The other one. Make sure it's down and seated. All right, let's get these manifolds on. Manifold 1. Get that in place Manifold 2. Slide that one in place. Get the boots on. Come on, boots. Hey, boots, slide. Wow. A little jiggling and wiggling to get this to line up again. New gaskets from under here as well. At least get them in there. All right, I'm gonna run these bolts on and lock the intake down to the head first, and then I'll go back and tighten up everything else. But I don't want to tighten everything first, other than, you know, the intake, because if for some reason it gets it in a weird angle, and why aren't you tightening? If somehow it gets stuck in a weird angle and I get an air leak. Because you might be able to see, it's a lot easier doing this outside of the car than inside of the car. This repair inside of the car would cost you more dollars. Same amount of work, just less room to do it. And honestly, it actually equals out to about the same. To a certain extent, I guess. I don't know, I'm rambling. All right, last thing I got are these, the intake boots themselves. We'll zip them down with one, two, tight, tight. Other side. Come on. Boop. Pump. All right. Shoot some grease in here. Now it's all over the interwebs, whether to grease in this area or not. And I mean, I've ran them both ways. I've ran them without grease and I've ran them with grease. So 9 times out of 10 you find that, you know, the rocker, that rocker foot dry. So I mean, I don't know. I grease them. It's not like it hurts anything. Put it on the right way. Let me get different hardware. Because if you watch this channel enough, you know I use the flange nuts. Mainly because I don't have to hold the washer. As for the pump, you want it tight, but you don't want it over tight. Just want to be able to seat that gasket. If you over tighten it, you'll probably break the base, the pedestal. I've done it. That's why I stock them now. Whoop. All right, fuel line. As many hoses and wires and tubes. Stuff to get in the way. That's not good. Get that back there. There we go. Usually I remake all these lines, the hard lines and stuff like that. Like I said, if you watch the channel, you kind of know my thing. But also it's you know, per customer. So if, you know, obviously I do a lot of over and above. I'm rambling at this point because it's just tedious. But I do a lot of over and above, but there's, you know, there's a point where I have to, you know, obviously charge. So some of the things, is everything I do correct? Yes. I would stand by it. I would drive these cars. You got two options. You got the correct way and then you got my way, which is sometimes the incorrect way, but faster. But it's more or less, you know, I update, I modernize. Like I said, I run electronic ignitions and pretty much everything. Asked the owner, he didn't want to go the electronic ignition route on this. He wanted to do, he said he figured out points, or he could live with points or whatever, so it doesn't bug him. So that's fine. Just one, you know. The carburetor is going to be another story. Because I can tell you it's been adjusted. The screw you're never supposed to touch, this one, that has been ran in. Most likely they were setting the idle by that. It's not a Chevy. That'll get a hose. So where's that line? I think I plumbed it right. Yeah, I could suck through it. Wait. Yeah, that's right. If I can suck, that means it can push. If I can't blow it, it's a check. Yeah. Pump's weird. I'm so used to running the alternators. I usually just swap them over, but like I said, I'm not on this one. How much of that extra fuel line do I have? Do I have enough? So that'd be awesome. And I do. All right, let's put this fuel line on. You know, one thing I have to say is, it doesn't matter if you buy the cheapest or the most expensive of these cork gaskets, they never freaking fit. Get them close and you pray that the bottom seals. I've had a couple cars come in, and trust me, I've done it before, to where oil leak because that bottom seal pulled away. Because for some reason it's just too big. I don't know. Weird ramble. Or, I don't know. You guys experience that? Or is it just me? But yeah, you go with, I mean, even the silicone, which I do not recommend because they're just garbage. They do it, but All right, rant over. Let me get its stuff cleared up, and yeah, we'll get ready to push this thing back into the car. Because we should be done here, hopefully. And while I remember, I'm going to set this thing back to TDC 1. Or thereabouts. Oop. So that when I put it back in the car, I'm going to static time it. And I already know where it's at. So let me get some cleaning, shuffle you guys around, and let's get ready to shoehorn this thing back in. Sounds like a good plan. Oh, throw out bearing. Go throw out bearing first. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, new throwout's installed. Let's get this thing in, hopefully. Oh, come on. Over. About centered. All right. I'm actually going to do something I always complain about while I do it. I'm blowing off that wheel so I can see what's going on. Oh, they seem tight. It did just get new tires. That's what it looks like. You can't even see what I'm doing. I have the greatest camera placement. Cleaner, Derek, call me if you want some skills. But anyway, all right. That's there. Yeah, out of the way. Ow. Move. Where did you come from? All right. Throttle cable. Want it up and out of the way enough. That bolt can sit back. All right, let's get this thing in. Oh, you got to go the other way. Yeah, you're not working with me here. You got to go. Oh, make sure you pull your alignment tool out. I have tried to put an engine in before with it in and wondered what the hell was going on. We were all rookies once, guys. Yeah, that's evenish. Now I can see. I used to do this as common, practice. And I just stopped for some reason. Guess it's easier to complain nowadays on why I didn't do it. All right, you gotta go forward. And over some. You're too far forward. Well, now you gotta come back some. All right, how's that? That looks okay. How we looking? I can go back some on that. How's that generator's gonna clear. Looking good. Scary enough. All right, now the fun part. Once I clear that generator, which I'm almost cleared, I can pull the engine back some for the transmission input shaft. Let's slide this back into scotch. Hopefully that makes it enough to clear. Should be. watch the wires. Needs to come down. That looks right. All right. Stuck in the middle. This exhaust is not doing me any favors. It's catching on the apron on the lefts and the rights. All right, now the jiggle wiggles. There we go. Installed. What are we on the count? Where's the... Well, I don't know. Crap. Oh, 12 minutes. Yeah. 12 minutes to get it in from whatever, hit record to end. Not too bad. They always feel like they take longer. So, let's get this thing up, start bolting the things together. The motor mounts, so on and so forth, or the engine to the trans. But yeah, that should be in. Right? We're gonna say right. All right. Let's get it up and get this thing out of the way. Hello again. Yeah, I keep pausing. It helps me not have to listen to myself. Anyway, obviously the motor's in. I'm gonna button up under here. Heater, heat connects. I did fix one of the flapper doors. It was just bent. That's why it wasn't working. I don't know if I showed that in the original. Think of pulling this thing out, but that door works now. But heat, fuel, bolts are tight under here. That train is inconsiderate. Heat, fuel, toot. Anyway, heat, fuel, and so on and so forth. That was out of spite. Rude. Anyway, I'm going to button up under here so that everything's taken care of, and then you'll join me on the top side when I'm putting that stuff together. Plan. Yeah, stupid cord. All right, moved you over there. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why, but whatever. Hopefully the audio is a little bit better. I remember I had a secondary. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Hopefully this part of the audio is better. Well, or worse. I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Anywho's, rambling, I was doing. Oh yeah, carburetor. I'll show you what we got going on. If you know anything about these carbs, this little screw on the carb, that is not for idle. I could tell it's ran all the way in, so they were adjusting it for the idle, which is, you know, fine-ish, sort of. But I'm gonna undo all that. Also, do static timing on the engine. So let me base set this carb real quick and we'll static time the engine. I think I'm vaguely where I need to be. I just backed the big screw, which is the idle control screw. Back that out. Hopefully that that'll at least get this thing running. Just connect the battery and turn the key. Oh, battery? Where the hell are you? There you are. Power. Connect that. Test light. Because static timing, if you guys have never done it, well, just get a light, negative, the side your points connect to, so negative side of the coil, just connect one side of your test light, and then the other side, ground. Fuel vent, perfect ground for test lights. But anywho, let's turn the key. Boop. And hopefully we're going to turn this till that light just tickles. Right there. So we should be roughly base timed on this engine. All right. Lock it down. Well, probably by this point this thing still has points in it. So we are going to check dwell, which is, if you don't know, the duration of the points opening. So 48 to 50 ick. 48 to 53 is where you kind of want them. Get off of there. So let's spaghetti untangle. Every time. It doesn't matter how organized you are with cords. As soon as you put them down, they like self-tangle. I don't know if you guys remember, you know, corded earphones. But yeah, about the same way. I'll just throw this one over here. Number one for that. Power and negative will just rub off the carburetor itself. Negative. Boop. And then positive. All right, let's twist this thing off. Wondering how it's going to start now. Just that stuff's adjusted, no air leaks, so on and so forth. Might take some cranking to get some fuel in there. I don't know, but let's see. Don't catch on anything. All right, couple pumps. That was promising. Come on. I realized I left this key on the whole time, so the choke's not really... Well, the choke's choking. It's just warming also. Found a huge problem already. Found a huge problem already, and it should have actually been my first indicator that the key was on this whole time. I didn't pick up on it. Like I said, I'm robbing power off of the choke. Well, when my key was on, and I said that, I don't know if my thing, yeah, it's sort of in frame. That should have turned on. It didn't. Just realized there is no wire that actually is going from the solenoids to the positive on the coil. So yeah, that was a runnability issue, and how I think I just said I'm not going to remake that wire. Yep, going to remake that wire. I'll be back when I remake that wire. Grand, great, awesome, super. Can't win. Hindsight being what it is now, I can only speculate and also probably guarantee why that little lever or that screw that you're not supposed to touch was touched. And that's because that idle air cutoff was never working, nor was the choke. So, yes, it will idle if you run it all the way in. And if you ever notice me start these engines, I always put them on the high choke. So they will run, but as soon as it drops off, she'll die. But yeah, weird. Well, not weird, just, you know, If you didn't know what the heck you were looking at, you wouldn't have known. But, and honestly, I'm guilty of, well, I never disconnected, but I'm guilty of it too, because I had a wire that, you know, went from, you know, one 12 volt to another 12 volt without a, you know, an input voltage. The more we know, the more confused we get, guys. I mean, that's just how that works. Yeah, well, there were 3 wires on this thing, which they're supposed to be, but that third wire was to the electronic fuel pump. So, I don't know, maybe my brain just wasn't registering what stuff was going to. Even when I pulled that one off, or that spare wire off, I didn't even think that I was still down a wire. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. Okay. All I'm doing is trying to adjust this thing to where, you can't see what I'm doing. All right. Wait, show. Anyway, all I'm doing is trying to adjust this screw to where I can lightly push down on the choke cam, and it'll walk down without hitting or skipping some steps, you know, falling down. All right, let's see if this light kicks on now. That should turn on as soon as I turn the key. Fire no! Power. The dwell's at 54. Close enough. All right, I don't know if I mentioned this before because, again, I haven't edited this video or not. And this is actually the first time I walked to the front of the car. I might have made a comment. The owner did put disc brakes on. It's here because of the clutch job and little minor other stuff. But they're doing vehicle maintenance themselves or putting things on, from my understanding. But I think literally the last video, which would have been the Super Beetle, which has yet to leave. It's getting picked up soon. But I make a comment on every freaking Super Beetle I get through here that has suspension or brake work done about the hard lines or soft lines or lowering kits and lines just wherever. Another new one. People, and I'm not really dogging them, but people cease to amaze me on stuff. This, my butthole puckered. Let me get a light under here. Light, I just had you. And I'm happy I saw this because I'm going to tell them. I don't know if they'll want me to fix it, but they got the steel line to a flexi, which is fine, stainless steel flex. You know, just kind of dangling. Actually properly secured to another steel line. The problem with the setup, and the same thing on the other side. Let me turn my camera. Same thing on the other side, is that line is just, well, there, it's not going to move because it is secured, but There is a thing called suspension travel. These arms move. I don't know if it'll impede or not, but yeah, that's not right, number one. Number two, this line, hold on, let me turn around. That line, this short one right here, that's for the rears. Sorry, that's for the rears. They should have just attached the brand new steel line to that. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I got to call them. I just saw that. Me personally, you've heard me, if you've watched this channel long enough, preach about brakes, especially on Super Beetles. And I'm sure it'll be fine, but I got to drive it, and now I know it's there. Now you guys know it's there. But yeah, and also nothing's been done to the rear, so I'm assuming they work. But, oh, excuse me. I'm happy I caught that, got you guys to see it, because, yeah, I'm gonna make a phone call. We might be doing brakes on it, not sure. We're fixing that part of it. But like I said, I don't know. It just came in for a clutch. I already got some over and above going on, obviously. But brakes were not in the work scope, for lack of better terms. Just another rant. I'm still going to button up, obviously, I still got to button up everything. If I can continue buttoning up everything under there, I got to throw a filter in and connect the heat. And we should be on the top side. But yeah, like I said, I think it's been every Super Beetle so far. I mean, this is just a rant. I think it's been every Super Beetle so far I've complained or moaned, or just a combination of all 7 about the frickin' front brakes. And that, again, is new to me. Weird. I keep thinking I have a box, like, outline on my screen. It's the frickin' 220 up my pole. Weird. Another thing you don't care about. But anyway, I'll get back to you with probably some other developments, because, well, if you watch this channel, the Dwell, like I said, it's a 54. I'm not going to mess with it. That's right. Like I said, you have a range. 54 is on the top end of it, but to tweak it, being that close, most likely I'm going to con the guy into having hit, put an electronic ignition. And I'm not saying it's just better. Fuel pump's working, so that's good. Let's see, a hot fire. Ugh. Hot fire's okay. Not the best, but not the worst either. But yeah, so that's all buttoned up. Last thing I gotta do is throw these forward tins on, and then yeah, I guess take it for a test drive tomorrow with the sketchy front brakes. So it's probably gonna be a short test drive, but test drive nonetheless. Just make sure it doesn't die or anything. I also don't know how much gas is in it because the gas gauge don't work. So that's super. I might have to get gas in the morning. I don't think I have any laying around, last I put into that gear. So anyway, let me button up the rest of this 10, and yeah, hopefully next we'll be doing a test drive. But when you connect things and do stuff, yeah, you can turn the key and it starts. I still need to do an oil change on this too, as well. Because, like I said, if you had smell-o-vision, I think I said it, it is violently rich and overfilled. It smells like straight lacquer. But, all right, I will be back to you. I don't know if you want to see me put in engine tins or not. I might just come back on to ramble because I'm going to get lonely. Probably not. I don't know. But yeah, I got that to do. Actually, while you're here, let me see if I even got brake lights. Where's my stick? Loose stick. Because if I'm driving this thing, I would, ooh, the beeper works. I would like to know if the brake lights work, so I don't get rear-ended. Come on, stick on the pedal. Oh, that, I can see that one working. Another hot fire? It's not bad. All right, just dumping the oil now. Nothing looks weird or out of the ordinary. So, I'll let it keep draining. Yeah, looks fine. Keep draining, fill it up, and then next scene, hopefully, will be a give or take cold start and getting this thing go in the pan. Hopefully getting this thing on the road, turning around, so on and so forth. So, I will be back. All right, not test drive yet. I just lowered it, obviously, off the lift. I want to see if I actually have clutch. Change the oil, obviously. Oh, God. Yeah. Because this pedal feels weird. There's clutch. My mic. There's clutch in it right now. Also, the oil pressure light works well because it was flickering and kind of got me a little nervous. But it did flicker. So, yeah, I'm going to go under there. I don't know if the wrong cable's in this one is too. I don't know because there's like this much freaking play in it. Maybe the pedal's worn. I don't know. But I'm going to back off that wing nut so it's not immediate. But it works. So join me. Yeah, I'm just gonna crawl under and adjust it. Probably before we drive tomorrow. But yeah, join me tomorrow and we'll go. You know, drive this thing around. I got to clean windows. Does this thing have a tag on it? It does. Okay, test drive tomorrow. I also got to see why the gas gauge doesn't work, just for my own brain plan. All right. Developments have indeed happened. As you can see, I think I diagnosed why the fuel gauge isn't registering. Because it ain't got no gas in it. Yep. I'm gonna add about 3 gallons, give or take, just so it can scoot my butt around. And, well, also see if that gauge moves. Because I checked the wiring, I ohmed everything out, or checked the wiring, grounded it out, it went to full. So it's sending signal, the gauge is operational. But it reads E. My second part of the diagnosis of this was, I was running the engine last night, and, well, it died. And then wouldn't restart. Then I shook the car. All signs lead to empty. So let me get gas in this, make sure it fires up. Still got to adjust the clutch out a little bit so it's not immediately neck braking. And yeah, we'll go for a test drive. This is why I never believe the customers usually when it says, does it have gas in it? Oh yeah, it's plenty. plenty to idle. I have run out of gas on test drives before. I usually add about 2 gallons, 2 to 3 gallons, depending on my drive anyway. Early morning fuel stop. Developments have happened. Obviously, we're not on a test drive. Tested the clutch. That was fine. But now, story of life. There is no clutch. I didn't hear a snap or a break. I do know the owner said he removed the pedal cluster to put a new master cylinder in, and he had a tough time getting that clutch cable on. I am hoping the cable just slipped the little J hook. So now I got to pull the pedal cluster out. I have to pull it out regardless. Hopefully that spare cable I ordered for that Gia, if it is broken, will fit. But give me a minute to yank this stuff out, see what the hell happened, and yeah, get back to you. Again, this is why I test drive these things. All right, guys, just going to throw a quick update. Under the car again, of course. But entire pedal cluster is out. The cable is still attached. It looks like, I'm only hoping when the owner had it out, they somehow just had it caught or wedged or working enough, because it did, well, work. Obviously, you probably see it when I put it in gear. But just wasn't right, hence why I was adjusting it. So I guess by me loosening it and tightening again, I might have slipped whatever bond or hold it had. So I think it's in good condition. I have everything freaking torn apart. Work on old cars, they say. It'd be fun, they say. This is well, not even a repair, but a repair I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna build a customer, but this is how you know, nickels and dimes, man. I'm not gonna call them and say, hey, you owe me an extra, X amount of dollars, because I got now another hour and a half diagnosing why it's not right. So, all right, let me get all this together. Like I said, the cable's fine. It's attached on both ends. So slam it back together, hopefully the right way, and we'll get a clutch back versus having that 2 inches of travel at the top end. Yeah, I don't even know how it was engaging, but it was. So, all right. If you work on these cars and you're doing your brakes and changing a master, don't pull it. Do not pull out your pedal cluster. You don't have to. But, all right, let me get this thing wrapped up. Hopefully get a clutch back, because this is ridiculous. I am way later than my early departure I was having planned. So, all right, rant over. All right, real quick again, tech tip on, because I know a lot of people struggle with putting these pedal clusters in with the cable and stuff like that. Disconnect your clutch at the transmission. Hook up your pedal, on the little pedal hook, pull it through, hook it up, and make sure your clutch pedal is on the floor. No springs, no nothing, whatever. Still just, not attached. As long as it's there, when you, assemble your brake, push rod, and all that stuff, as long as that doesn't move, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to slip the little J hook on it, and then you can attach it on the backside. If you try to do it any other way, like keep the transmission attached, the cable attached to the trans, what's going to happen is you might not get it engaged all the way, or it might be at a weird angle. I don't know. Probably, not going to say what happened on this one, but it doesn't look like they took the nut off or put all the slack in the cable, so I don't know exactly how they disconnected it or got it reconnected, because like I said, I know they pulled it. But that's just a tech tip. And then when you connect it at the transmission, the slack will pull the pedal, back up, and it'll stay in its little J hook. So, all right, rant over. Another rant. All these rants. Let me finish buttoning up this. Hopefully get a clutch, and then hopefully get on the road. I mean, I got the camera set up. I was ready just to tootle. I am now ridiculously behind. All right, guys, 27 months later, pedal cluster's installed, everything's in. And the clutch actually feels like it's clutching correctly now. Unlike my original comment to where I had to adjust the cable because I thought I was out or it was out of adjustment. Feels like it's where it needs to be now. Let's give it a whirl. Oh! If you start, solid engagement on the, oh yeah. Solid engagement. I think that really, really terrible startup with all the smoke coming out was me, you know, basically flooding the engine trying to connect the throttle. Not a big deal. We'll blow it out on the road and hopefully won't have that issue again. So I guess now, well, I got to move a car and then get this thing out, and then yeah, we'll hit the road. What a pain in the butt. Like I said, you can try to account for almost everything except for other things, and it's always those other things that you didn't account for that get you. Alright guys, just gonna, you know, do a quick drive with this thing. We didn't do anything major. Also these brakes, you know, sketched the crap out of me. I want to make sure the clutch is good and it's performing nicely. The engine's singing. I do have to bring down that idle just a bit. But it actually sounds decent. Putzing along nicely. It feels like it's a healthy engine. Tired and healthy are two of the same things. So, clutch is good. Engine's running really well. It's kicking down. It was on the choke cam. I got to dial that in a little more. It's that stupid screw. Plus, it's still a gen set engine, so you needed a little scotch higher on the RPM. I think they recommend what 900,000. I think I'm sitting at 950,000 right now. So, just where we're at. But yeah, clutch is good now. Brakes, they work. Like I said, I didn't do anything with them other than, you know, scrutinize them. But yeah, motor sounds really good. Pulls away nicely. Adjusted the clutch or the choke. So I have my screwdriver. I'll dial that in when we get back. shift's nice and holds all the gears. I don't think I used fourth yet. But 1, 2, and 3 hold. No weird noises. Yeah, I don't know the last time this thing's been on the road. I know by the look of the clutch it's been a bit. These brakes are super firm. I'm curious what master cylinder they put in there. Because like I said, it was replaced. You can run a factory one, but I'm wondering if they put the other one in, the big bore. The blinkers work. It flashes. The mono speaker monos. Ooh, we have radio. Outstanding. This car smells like something died in the heater vents. I don't even have them on. Like I said, one of the cables is broken. One of the cables is broken. On the drive, boy. Yeah, one of the cables is broken, so I don't know if I even have heat. I didn't really check. But it's doing fine. I haven't blown up yet. Clutch is really nice. It shifts good. I think the car need to be balanced, or shocks and struts are shot. Now let's annoy my motorcycle buddies. Well, as always, developments have happened. And we had starting issues. I think that carburetor, even though new, I'm going to have to dick with it some more. Because it is out of whack. All right, so we had a hard start leaving, and the car sat, so it's a warmer condition. Not really sure what that's about. These wipers are terrible, but they do work. What else? Yeah, I gotta adjust that carb some more. Other than that, idling fine, it's shifting fine, it's driving okay-ish. The brakes are terrible. Slightly slick road. I locked them up, or at least the fronts. So something's going on with them. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Typical Volkswagen stuff that's been sitting, but it does run good. Anywho's, let's get back to the shop and I'll get back on the big cam and see if I can dial some of this stuff out. Alright guys, outro time, and developments have happened. I talked to the owner. Apparently this car's been off the road for 23 years. Did not realize it was that long. So yeah, I guess this was a revival without me knowing it. So there's that. Front brakes are super firm and they lock up if the roads are slightly moist. I think I'll have it in the video or whatever. The rears, I don't know if they're doing anything. I'll be honest with you. If they are, they're not great. Started to squeal. It has a vibration around 50. It doesn't like the hot start, or no, it likes the hot start. Doesn't like the warm start. So I got to mess with that choke again. And see if I can dial that in, but a 30 pick carb should hopefully sort that out. Either that or it's a distributor issue or something. There could be something else going on. It's not in here for that for diagnostic. Remember, it just came in for a clutch. These are all things that are now found on a test drive because it's what I do, I test drive. But other than that, ran, drove, stopped, should start. Like I said, the engine's still hot, so. Nope. Let's see. Put on the high choke. Yeah, no, I got to dial in the carb, but it will be better, or I'll have a part 2 on trying to get it to start again. I think I have the choke just set weird, or it's set weird. I don't know. But anyway, car's going to get picked up. The owner should hopefully be happy. It might come back if he has any other issues that he doesn't want to take care of, or just, doesn't want to take care of or unsure of. But it does need its, definitely its work, knowing now how long it's sat. But it runs, it drives, it's back on the road, it's saved. Hopefully he can enjoy it, or at least bring it back so I can get it to the point where he can enjoy it, I guess is what I'm getting at. But anyway, if you like this episode and whatever this came out to, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one.